to 215 trades. It's January the 7th today, and it's 7 a.m. here in London. It's now snowing. Well, it's already snowed outside, so it's very nice looking through the window. All right, so welcome back, guys. We had a very good day yesterday, very good start to the week, very good start to the year as well. Can you guys just let me know in the chat if you are able to hear me properly on the stream? Just drop a quick message in the chat to let me know if you are able to hear me. Now, also as well, before we begin, I would like to just break down what happened yesterday. We still have all of our lines on the stream, on our chart still, so we can definitely go through it as well. Just let me know as well if you can hear me. Also as well, if you haven't liked the video as yet, please go ahead and do so if you haven't done so as yet. Also share the live stream as well if you haven't done so. Okay, all right, so let's have a quick look on our session yesterday that we took. So let's just have a quick zoom in into the charts, into our markups for yesterday. We can see where we did our 215 zone. We have it between the price of 263 and 2629, the price of gold. Now we can see that price broke below our sell line right there, and it went all the way down and tested the 30-minute support. Now, as we're doing a retest, we waited. What we were initially waiting for was a price to break below, then retest the zone with a candle closure outside for us to enter a sell. That would have been for entry model 1 if we're being as we were doing the retest for the 215 technique. However, what price did was that it broke, went down to that 30-minute support, tested that area, and it rejected with 2 candle closers going in the opposite direction. So I took a small buy, in a sense, targeted the 215 zone for our take profit, which the trade played out smoothly. There was some challenge in the beginning, which took us some time to overcome, but that is okay. We can see that price continued throughout the day. It came up and it confirmed this entry as well. So if you were paying attention to the live stream and you still had the markings, you would have seen initially we had opted for the price to go test that 15-minute rejection, pull back into the zone with a candle closure out for us to enter a buy, and price did exactly that. So price broke away from that 30-minute support, rejected from that 30-minute support, and continue upwards to test our 15-minute rejection line. It pulled back into the zone and closed inside of the zone with a candle closure outside. So even if we had entered right here, let's say we were tracking it and we had entered right there, let's see what would have happened. A very long position, we would have entered right there because the price came out, tested the 15-minute rejection, came back into the zone, closed inside the zone, then closed outside the zone again. And also, so the stop loss would have been right at the sell line as per the 215 rules, targeting the support, the resistance. So you would have target the 1 hour or the 30-minute resistance from here, and we would have been in a very lovely trade if we had stayed on and we had taken that entry. So that's just a perfect example to show you how well the 215 technique works whenever you're using this technique to trade gold. And we can see that the price went all the way up and possibly almost tested the 4-hour support, but sadly it rejected from these areas and then came back downwards inside of the zone as well. So we're looking to see if we can do the same thing yet again today. Let's see if we can get a very lovely setup yet again today on the 7th of January. All right, so let's see what we can do. So Price have been moving smoothly, hasn't really broken very far away from our zones. So let's get right into it. So I'm just gonna clear up the charts now, and we are going to start again to identify our zones. All right. And we're just gonna all right, so let's go. So we're on the 15-minute time frame. The first rule of the technique is for us just to mark the current price of gold. So whatever price gold is trending at, we just need to mark that, follow the 215 technique. And if you are new to the channel, well, you can follow along. Additionally, you can also just go ahead and watch some of our previous videos on the stream, and it will explain to you how we use the 215 technique. So we mark the current price of gold, so whatever price gold is trending at. We then measure 20 pips below the point of interest. So it's 20 pips or $2. So we have the point of interest at 2641. $2 should be 2639 if my math serve me correctly. And then that should also be 474. Let's switch this to my sell line. So $2 or 20 pips below, you will get your sell line. And we're also doing the same thing, reverse of the sell line as well, to get our buy line as well. So 20 pips or $2 above from it. Now it's so, you might be wondering why two, if those who are new to the channel. So two, based off back testing, I've identified that whenever gold actually makes any major moves, it usually does this within this 20 pip range. So that's why we call it the 215 technique. It's a very special technique to me and my members. All right, then let's switch that to my buy line right there. Okay, good. So we now have what we call our 215 zone, which is right in this area, which is very crucial for us. All right, 215 zone. Really should make a template for this one, but I don't mind typing it all out on stream. All right, good. So we have identified our 215 zone, and we're going to be doing the 215 retest. So we also need to identify our rejection areas on the 15-minute time frame as well. So the rejection areas would be the closest support and resistance to the zone. All right, so we have right here, which is just okay, so it's not right here. So right here would be the closest 15-minute support, and right here would be the next closest 15-minute support. Let's just do a quick measure just to see how close it is. So that's over 20 pips. Well, basically 20 pips altogether. Well, let's see. We might need to zoom in on the 5-minute time frame to see what we're looking at. And on the okay, so that's perfect. Because usually I'd like when the rejection areas are less than 20 pips. So this is 15 pips, so that's perfectly fine. I like that. So that's 20 pips. Well, let's see. No worries for right now. All right, so once we've identified our rejection areas and we also identify our 215 zone, we then need to find the targets for our trade. So we need to go on the higher time frames to find the support and resistance on the higher time frames. All right, so if we're gonna go all the way up to the 4-hour time frame, so let's start at a 30-minute time frame. So we need to find the support and resistance on these time frames. All right, So we're on the 30-minute time frames now. The closest support we can say would be right here, or we can use here as well, but it's fine. We're just going to use right here, as we can see that there's quite a lot of rejection by these candles right here when they came to this zone. So this would be our 30-minute support. All right, let's see if we can find one just above the 15-minute rejection line, and the closest one I would say would be right here. Yep, we have a few candles that tested it in this bit and rejected, so that would be our 30-minute resistance right here. So let's put that as our 30-minute resistance right there. So we're going all the way up to the 4-hour. So we're now on the hour, and we're just going to use this area right here as our 1-hour support. Right, well, that's the 1-hour support. Let's see if we can find 1-hour resistance as well. It would be right there as well. Some persons use whenever they're marking their supports and resistance, they use the length of the wicks, but I tend to use the body of the candles. So that's the 1-hour resistance all the way to the 4-hour as well. So this would be the 4-hour all the way here. So this is the, oh no, I haven't set a template for this as yet. 4-hour. All right, let me just save this as a template, save as 4-hour. Okay, so that's set, and a 4-hour is right here. Okay. All right. So we've identified our target zones on the higher time frames. We've also identified our rejection zones, which we show these by these yellow lines, and we've identified our 215 zone as well. So once we have done that, we then need to move to the 5-minute time frame. As you know, using the 215 technique, that on the 5-minute time frame is the time frame we use to take our confirmation trades on. So we're on the 5-minute time frame now. Let me just pull this over just a little bit, okay, and see what it looks like. All right, it's now 7:13 a.m. here in London. The London market opens at 8 o'clock, so about 45 minutes away. So this is what we are looking for today. Now that we have all of our zones and our areas marked out, this is what we're looking for today. So let me just use the pathway just to show what we're looking for. So if price broke below our sell line and tested that 15-minute rejection line, pull back into our 215 zone with a candle closure outside of it, then we will go for a sell. Now we're expecting the reverse of that if we are going to take a buy. So that would be for price to break above our buy line, test that 15-minute rejection area, pull back into our zone with a candle closure inside, with another candle closure outside of the zone again, just like that. So this would be entry model 1. These arrows would be entry model 1, and then, as you know, we can take an entry model 2 entry from the support or resistance areas. So we can take an entry model 2 entries from these areas. So entry 2. If you're not familiar with it, I'll explain it if it happens. If not, well, hopefully most persons who are on the stream now know how to use the 215 technique. No one seems to be talking to me today in the chat. Not sure what's happening. So yeah, entry model 2 would be for if we were to get a double rejection from any of these support or resistance areas. So if price was to, let's say, break above this buy line and just travel to this 30-minute resistance, that's the 30-minute resistance with two candle closures going in the opposite direction. So meaning if the price was to break up, and if it's going up, you know it's going to be green candles. If it does this 30-minute resistance and then it has two consecutive red candles going in the opposite direction with a very nice amount of space, not not some massive big candles going in the opposite direction, then we could take an entry model too from this area. So that's what we are looking for today, January the 7th on gold. All right, so it's going to be a patient game for us today. We just need to wait for price to play out, test our areas, and then confirm our entries before we actually do take any trades today. So let's see what's going to happen for today. Let's look at the higher time frame just to see what the price has been doing. Let's go to the daily time frame just to have a look of what's going on. So it's really just in a zigzag motion. Came down, test these major areas here, but it's rejected. Okay, maybe aiming to go to test the 2671 area next. It seems to be doing a bit of a step upwards, so it may be wanting to test these areas here next. So it's doing a bit of a step. So it came down into this zone right here. It rejected from it as well. So it came down up, came all the way to the top, went all the way down back into this buy zone, rejected. Hasn't tested this area back as yet. Rejected, came back down again, tested. It's not going lower. It keeps going higher and having higher lows as well. So we may be looking for price to test this area, the what's that, 2670 area for today. So let's see if that's what happens today. Right now price is trending at 2640. How far is 2670 away? Some distance, so it might not, well, yeah, of course you can do it today because we have the New York session coming after the London session, so that's a lot of time for price to go up by $20 $30. So let's see what the price does today. All right, so right now the volume does seems a little bit low, as we would expect at this point in time. So it's now 7:20 a.m. So we just need to wait patiently just to see what's happening. All right, Yeah, thank you for that, Terry. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the live stream, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't shared the live stream as yet, please go ahead and do so. Really do appreciate the support on this. Well, we usually go live in the Asian session. I'll try to I'm trying to switch it up a bit because majority of the persons who trade with me, they trade the Asia session more, and also the New York session as well. But I'm not a big fan of the New York session, so they usually trade it. Um, what does it look like today on Forex Factory related to news? Anything major coming out today, January the 7th, Tuesday? Let me see what's going on Forex Factory. All right, so looking on Forex Factory now, doesn't seem to be like there's anything going on right now on Forex Factory related to news. So today should be a very calm day in the New York session as well for anyone who's trading in the New York session. I think there's only well, there's 3 p.m. There's two red folders coming out. ISM services, and Jolt's job opening. So we should see some volume from those sessions, but I don't think it will be. It's going to be like a whole lot, a massive lot of volume. So let's see what happens. Additionally, as you guys know as well, hold on. Right. Where is my watch list? Yeah, I'm on that one. Let's see what the XY is doing. So we know that the XY is related to, because you know the XY is the US dollar index, is related to gold. Based on what gold is doing, based on what the XY is doing, gold tends to do the opposite of that. So we can see that the price of the US dollar index is going downwards. Now that's a very good indication, because I did say earlier that the price of gold may try to push towards the 2670 price point, and if the XY is going down, well, the flow may change throughout the day, as you know. But if the XY is pushing downwards, then that would really confirm whether or not gold is going to go up. So that's a very good indication right now for gold. However, we can see that the price of gold is very close to our sell area as well. So majority of the times, because there's a delay between the two, even though they're related, there's a delay between the two, so we don't know when it will actually reflect the price movement that it's going to be reflecting. So it's not always 100% accurate for you to use the DXY as a confluence for you to take an entry. It's always best to look at gold, understand the price action, and then work with what you're seeing. All right, so it's right on our sell line for right now. The London session opens in the next 35 minutes. So now we just need for price to come down test these areas, then reject. So let's see what's happening. Do we have any new persons here in the stream who are joining the stream just for the first time today? Man himself. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the stream. Really do appreciate the support. We usually go live on YouTube and also TikTok at the same time, but we've been getting quite a bit of fight when it comes on to live streaming on the TikTok platform. I believe yesterday our stream got flagged twice and it was removed. And we lost our big channel as well, which we had as well on TikTok, because it got flagged too many times. And the only thing I did on TikTok was to do the same thing that I'm showing you guys right here as well. So yeah, but the channel has grown. It has really grown over the past couple of days. Thanks to you guys and all the support. I believe we're now at 497 followers, if I'm not mistaken, which is extremely good. Extremely good. So I'm projecting by the end of January, we should be at 500 plus followers of the channel. So, as I said earlier as well, trading is definitely a patience game. So right now we just have to wait until the price properly moves and test these areas. Market is it's definitely is moving a little bit slower today, based on the size of these of these candles. So we just need to wait for the next 30 minutes just to see what happens when the London session opens. me just put an alert on my sell line. As a matter of fact, I don't really need it on my sell line. I need it on the rejection lines as well. Just that the market is moving a bit slow, so let me put it on the rejection lines so I get that prompt when it kicks in. Alright guys, so if you haven't yet liked the live stream as yet, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't followed the channel as yet, please go ahead and do so. Thank you very much for the support. Very slow morning today. It's a very nice morning outside as well. It's snowing right now. It's not too bad, but it's very good. All right, yeah, so it's 7:30 now. Well, 7:32 a.m. here in London. Market opens in the next 28 minutes, so we can expect some volume for the when the London session opens. But for now, it's just a patient game right now. Additionally, as well, just to let you guys know as well, if you're very new to the 215 technique, usually I do not take trades within the 215 zones. I will trade through the zone, as in I'll enter a trade from outside if it's I'm having the trade go through the zone. But usually inside of the 215 zone, it's like a no trade zone, so I wouldn't take an entry inside the zone. So for instance, let's say price broke down and went to the 30-minute support or the 1 hour support and rejected from these areas. I could enter a buy from these areas for based off an entry two, and I'll ride it trade through the zone. However, I would not, like, let's say price rejected from that sell line, tested that point of interest, and then take an entry inside the zone. I wouldn't do that. Well, some persons actually have done that for a quick scalp, but no, not me. Let's have a look at the points. So the points does show that there's, yeah, you can definitely see that there's not a lot of volume, but the points does show that there's a bit of interference going on in this section. Not quite sure what's happening, whether it's just low volume not being able to move the markets up or down. But I believe if we can get a test of that line, it should be a very smooth trade. Doesn't matter which trade we take based off of the patterns or the looks of what gold is doing right now. Idealistically, I don't think a sell is what. Then again, we don't know what a London Open is going to do. But I think the overall movement of the market may want to go up, so I think that's idealistically what it wants to do. So even if it breaks, let's say it breaks this and it goes down rapidly, I think it may very well confirm an entry to for us to take a buy from these zones to possibly go back up to retest these higher price points. So it's just a patience game right now at the minute, because we don't want to rush and take a position right now on gold. Now, in December as well, we did do a Merry promotion for the 215 committee as well, where I did give away funded challenge for one of our followers. Now, I'm looking to do another promotion as well. Might be pretty similar in a sense, but maybe have different rewards versus giving away a funded challenge. But I'm still thinking about it. Definitely still thinking about it, and I'll let you guys know what the promotion is going to be for the New Year's. So that will be something to look forward to. Additionally, as well, we should be doing a 24-hour stream when we get to 1,000 or 1,000 plus followers. So when we get to 1,000 plus followers, I plan to do a 24-hour live stream trading all the sessions, and also just do the funded challenge as well on that specific date, and see how the 215 technique can actually handle all of the market. So it will show you how the 215 technique will handle all of the market. Additionally as well, we aim to pass that challenge in that 24 hours as well, live on stream. So we have some very good things planned for the channel, to grow the channel as well, and to also engage our followers. But for right now, we're just taking it a bit slow, as the market is taking it slow as well for us today. Almost 7:40 a.m. So in 20 minutes we should see some volume inside of the market. So we just have to wait patiently. All right, so we can see that price now finally has broken below our sell line. $7:42 a.m. here in London, so in 18 minutes, when the market should open. Haven't tested that 15-minute rejection line as yet though. But based on how you can see how this candle is dancing, you definitely know for sure that there's some volume that is coming in. All this back and forth pulling on that candle, there's volume that is coming in or is getting ready to come in. So there's one for us to pay attention to. Okay, yeah, price is below our sell line now. Let's move that just a little bit behind so we can see it properly. What's going on the 15 minutes? $15 until the London session opens, so we're just waiting patiently to see. So it's making the setup now. So let's see what's gonna happen. see. "30 minutes until the London opens." You can see that the volume is coming in based off the movements of these candles now. They seems to be just disappearing and appearing, as you can see, yeah, by that movement. So you know that the volume is coming in. So we can see some bursts of movement very soon. Yeah, we're just really just waiting patiently as well. Started to snow again. That's nice. Remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the live visit, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't followed the channel as yet, please go ahead and do so. Thank you very much for all the love and the support so far, for supporting the 215 Trades channel. Now, if you don't know how to use the 215 technique, you can watch some of the videos we have on the channel, or even any of our live streams, because on our live streams I explain the technique in detail, and if you have any questions as well, you can just go ahead and ask me and I'll explain it to you as well. All right, so in 10 minutes the London market will open. We can very well just get a rejection from this point and you just continue upwards, so let's see. Eight. Candles are slowly printing. Perfectly fine. All right, 8 minutes until the London session opens. You can see that the candles are printing rather slowly, though. So I'm wondering if we're just going to get a consolidated London session based off this movement. But the only way to tell is for us to see what happens when the market opens for London. So let's see. It's moving down to our 15-minute rejection on the sell side. So remember, guys, if you haven't yet liked the live, please go ahead and do so. Very nice, funky background music as well. Just in time for the London Open. Okay. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, all right, that's very nice. 5 minutes until the London Open as well. We can now see some more volume coming in. What we could also expect as well was for price to definitely reject from this 15-minute rejection area, as it has been doing in the past based off these candles. As you can see here, it can very well reject from here and just continue back to go to the upside. So we just really need to be patient in this setting and wait to see what's going to happen. It has now, I would say, has it tested that 15-minute rejection? Yeah, I can say it has tested that 15-minute rejection line. We might have to zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, it has tested it. So now if price pulls back in, let me just move this back to where if price pulls back into that zone and out again, then we can go for a sell. If it doesn't confirm that action, then we'd have to wait for an entry 2, or let's see what it does. All right, so in 5 minutes, the London market will be opened. So you can see the candles getting crazy now, just disappearing and appearing yet again. What do you guys think is going to happen? Are we going to get a buy today, or you think we're going to get a sell? Selling a buy. So you guys are neutral then. Possibly. Yeah, we can. I think we might very well get that. So, but let's see. So 4 minutes. We can see that price is pulling back now to that 215 zone. So let's see what happens. Okay. There is the volume. as expected. 2 minutes until the London opens. So price has come down as well already, and it has tested our 15-minute rejection line, and it has rejected as it ought to. Now it's back into our 215 zone currently. Yep, that's the London volume getting ready. Okay. All right, so the London session is now open. You can see that price came down, get rejected from our 50-minute rejection line, it pulled back into a 215 zone, and so if it does this action, then we will go for that sell. Well, let's see. So as you know, we're not taking any entries within the 215 zone, so we need to see what it's going to do now that it's back into our 215 zone. Not surprised it's rejecting so strongly, as did say before, it may very well reject from that 15-minute rejection line and continue upwards as it has done before. Either ways, we just still need to be patient. We're only looking for three things to happen. Either it's going to do this movement, or it's just going to do an entry too. So we just need to wait patiently just to see what's going to happen for today. All right, so the volume is moving very nicely, very nicely. We can see where it came down, tested our 15-minute rejection on the sell side, rejected, pulled back into the zone, and it's now moving towards our 15-minute rejection line on the upside. Very good. So now we just have to be patient and just wait for an entry to confirm before we actually do take a trade. So if it comes back and it goes below that sell line, then we can take the trade and maybe target the 1 hour support, possibly even going all the way down to the 4 hour support. If not, what we have to now wait for is we need to wait for price to test that 50-minute rejection line on the upside with a rejection back into the 215 zone and a candle closure outside again for us to take that buy and possibly target the higher resistance areas such as the 30-minute resistance all the way up to the 4 hour resistance. So right now it's in a neutral state, so we just really need to wait patiently just to see what it's going to confirm. So the price came up, tested that buy line, possibly maybe even rejecting from that buy line as well, which we're not surprised because what we do know about support and resistance is that at a support there's always a lot of buying pressure, and at a resistance there's always a lot of selling pressure. So for example, as you can see, price came down and it tested this 15-minute rejection line, which is a 15-minute support. At a support, we know that there's a lot of buying pressure, so price rejected and it went upwards. As you can see, this buy line area right here is a 5-minute, would be a 5-minute resistance. In a sense, would it also be a 15-minute resistance? No, so it would be a 5-minute resistance. Price came up, tested it, and it's now rejected. At the resistance, there's a lot of selling pressure as well. So that's really what's happening. But if the market has the volume, it will conquer these areas, conquer these zones, and price will move past it. So let's see what it is going to do. Still within the 215 zone. As you know, we do not take any entries in our 215 zone, so we just have to be patient and wait for the setup to come to us. Very close to our point of interest. Let's just go back to the 15 minutes and see what it looks like. Okay. And these, uh, what should I say? So whenever you see price, test your buy line and your sell line and your point of interest, and the price keeps moving around these areas, just show that you have a very good 215 zone, because the market actually respects your 215 zone and is really dancing around the points, rejecting and reacting to these points as it's reacting to our buy line as well. Additionally, our point of interest as well. So let's see what's going to happen now. See that price came in again into that zone and it closed almost the same place to our point of interest. So let's gonna see what's gonna happen in the next 20 minutes. Let me just put alert here on my sell line now. Oh wait, oh, I can move. I don't have to do two alerts. Now you can just delete this one then. Put alert on my sell line. Oh 07, 0007. Hey my man, how have you been? Yeah, I've been great. I've been great. We took a very nice break for Christmas, as you know, and holidays. Now we're back at it again for the New Year's. So everything has been lovely. I'm happy to hear that you're doing great as well. Yeah, it's been a very long time, but I'm back at it again. Took a break. Sometimes you have to take a break from trading and then just get back to it. So I'm back again in full effect. We're changing it up a little bit. We're doing the London session, possibly for the rest of January. And then let's see how the London session treats us for our live streams. And then we can possibly go back to the Asian session. Because I know that a lot of our followers love the Asian session as well. Are you in a position right now, oh 07? It's now 8:15 here, 8:15 a.m. here in London. It's snowing outside, or it has snowed outside. We're currently now waiting for a setup. Now, a sell would, as the sell move has already been confirmed in a sense where the price went down. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? Anyways, the 15-minute rejection line is right here. Price came down and it tested our 15-minute rejection line. It rejected from our 15-minute rejection line, came back into the zone. So if price was to come back below and break and close below our sell line, then it would be a good confirmation for us to go for sell. But being as it's now inside of the 215 zone, we have to now just wait for it to go up, test that 15-minute rejection line on the upside to pull back into the zone with a candle closure to close outside yet again for us to enter a buy. Now at the moment I've been kind of mainly trading the New York session. Oh, that's perfectly fine, my friend. I think it's best because when I was starting off, I usually trade all the sessions, but I think it's extremely good when you only trade one session and you only take one trade for the day. One session, one trade for the day, and that's it. That's how I do it. Market's been killing me last month, made me very bad mistake, but yeah, yeah, this month has been good in gold. Yeah, I saw the December was in the last part of December, especially the last 2 weeks of December. Um, gold has just been crazy, really, really crazy. So I've been burnt a few times as well, oh 07, and I said, okay, you know what, just take that break. So how has the New York session been going? Are you still using the 215 technique, or something? Are you using your original setups? All right, price hasn't broken above that buy line as yet. Yeah, there's a okay, finally. All right, so price is now broken above that buy line. So let's see if we can get a test off that 15-minute rejection line with a pull back into our 215 zone, then a candle closure outside for us to take that buy. If even if price just rapidly just shoots up, if it tests our 30-minute resistance, we can always go for the entry two. So we have a setup for each scenario. Okay, yeah, no, that's all right, perfectly fine. Um, New York is whatever strategy work for you, my friend. But I don't tend to use I don't tend to trade the New York session as well. I don't like using the 215 technique as well in the New York session, especially around the opening of the New York session as well, because most majority of the times there's news, so that really just makes the structure volatile. But that's good. As long as you're making profits, that's the aim. It's snowing again. Okay, yeah, it's snowing harder now. Okay. All right, guys. So if you haven't yet liked the live stream, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't followed the channel as yet, please also go ahead and do so. Yeah, it's been a very slow morning for us today. Not as fast as yesterday. We recorded that lovely entry two setup. Very good start to the week. So we want to see if we can replicate that success again for today. We just need for it just to test that 15-minute rejection line, pull back into the 215 zone with a candle closure out above that buy line for us to really to take that buy, because these areas, since it has created these areas, it hasn't really tested it as yet. So it's just that we don't want to take a buy with a candle closure above right here for it only just to go and just reject. So if it tests it once, right, and pull back, then we can say it has now gotten it's going to build the momentum in the 215 zone to then move past these areas and go upwards to the 30-minute resistance. And the 30-minute resistance is a good distance away, so that's over 60 pips, so that's going to be a very lovely move. But it has also tested the 50-minute rejection line on the sell side as well, so we are still set up for a sell if the price was to come down and close below that sell line for price to ultimately move past these areas, testing the 30-minute support and possibly also testing the 1 hour support. Maybe even take these areas here as well. So right now where it is, it's in a very neutral state. We still can't seem to get a candle closure above that bar line, so it does seem like there's a lot of selling pressure right there as well. All right, so we have 10 more minutes left on the live stream, so let's see what's going to happen. That's can maybe give it. All right, so that definitely that buy line seems to be with a very strong resistance here. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Last rejecting, we only had 1.5 quarter candle that's ever tested above it. But that's very good. Because why that is good though, it's just I think it's the price is being squeezed right now. So if it's being squeezed, if it bursts towards the upside, we can definitely see some very strong volume going up to that 15-minute rejection on the upside. So let's see. It's 8:23 a.m. here in London, and we're still just waiting for a setup. Possibly we may not get a setup here on the live stream, but you can definitely just save the markings, just put the markings on. You know what you're looking for, and you can take the entry of stream. All right, so we're getting a push now above that fire line. All right, thank you guys for liking the live as well. If you haven't yet done so, please just go ahead and drop a like on the live. Thank you. That's what it's doing. It's testing that 5-minute rejection right there. Hmm. Yeah, very slow morning for the 215 technique today. But we're not rushing any entries, we're just waiting patiently for the trades to be confirmed. Yeah, still waiting for it to test that 15-minute rejection line and reject. I'd estimated for us to have a little bit more volume in the London session, but haven't really gotten the volume to confirm our setups as yet. So 10 more minutes, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, a very slow morning for us today, my fellow 215ers. Very slow morning today. All right, so let's break it down because we're gonna have to end the live stream. It's now 8:30 a.m. We'll just give it a bit 5 more minutes. So let's just break it down. What happened? All right. Hopefully you guys have replicated these markings, these drawings on your chart, so you know what we are looking for. The point of interest is 2641474. That's what I have for my point of interest. All right. So what we had is that we had price broke outside of the 215 zone. It came down to the 15-minute rejection line on the sell side. It rejected, pulled back inside of the 215 zone. However, it didn't confirm a candle closure outside for us to continue with that sell move. What it then did is that it broke towards the upside, and it's now working to test our 15-minute rejection on the buy side. So if price was to test that 15-minute rejection line and pull back into the 215 zone with a candle closure inside the zone, followed by a candle closure outside, then we could do a enter buy to target the higher time frame resistance. All right, the sell is still confirmed as well, as it already did the test, and it tested the 215 zone. So if we get another candle closure on the below the sell side, then we can go for a sell at that moment. But for right now, the market doesn't seem to be confirming the entry for the 215 technique. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, it's not every day you go to the market you're going to get what you want. So we just got to be patient. We're not going to rush entry. We want to wait for our confirmations. We need the market to do what it's supposed to do for us to take an entry. And at that point in time, we will be more confident to hold our trades. So it does look like it's going to test that 15-minute rejection on the buy side now. So let's see if it does that in the next 3 minutes, or if it's just going to continue to consolidate just between the buy line and that rejection area. Yeah, still consolidating. All right, good guys. Now, once again, I really do appreciate all the support. So, for everyone who took the time out to come on here and to watch the live stream for 215 trades and basically wait for entry setup. So, sadly, we didn't get a setup as we did on yesterday's live stream, but we didn't lose anything as well. So, we still won, in a sense. All right, good. So, tune in again next time for our next live sessions. I will send out the link as per usual. Please ensure you turn your notification bells on as well, so you can get that alert whenever we come on live stream. Also as well, just have a look at the markups, so you can replay the stream to get the markings, and then you can track where the market goes, because I'm going to be watching this after the stream just to make sure I take that setup. So thank you guys yet again, and I'll see you on our next live stream. Enjoy your day and happy trading.